All right, let's talk about how to pick a power supply. Now for this power supply, if you go to newegg.com/tools/power-supply-calculator you have this power supply calculator where you can put in all of the specs for your PC and it will output a number for you. Now, I do want to point something out here. If you look at a 3060 Ti, which is one of NVIDIA's current generation graphics card, and it's a pretty good one. And if you look at some of the system requirements for this graphics card, it says 600 watt power supply or greater. And so even though if I put in a 3060 Ti, it only tells me 400 watts is what I need. But I know that NVIDIA wants me to get a 600 watt power supply. So even though I put in, we're getting an RX 55, or not an RX, Ryzen 5 5600X. And then based on what we talked about as far as choosing a graphics card, if we look at the 5500 XT, it says we only need 300 watts. I'm going to be shopping for 600 to 700 watts because that is going to let me upgrade my graphics card in the future if I want to. And it makes sure that I'm not going to be using all of the power supply. I don't end up shorting the power supply, and the power supply heats up. It's got a fan on it, and if I get a more powerful power supply, that fan probably won't kick on at lower wattages. And so this is my minimum, but I really want to be looking at 600 to 700 watt power supply. So I'm going to go ahead and shop power supplies. And then I actually don't want anything less than 400 watts. I want 6 to 7 and anything above, and there's not much above. And then I do want to make sure that it's 80 plus certified, and we'll do gold, bronze, and just 80 plus certified. And we're going to apply that. Okay, so in addition to wanting the 80 plus certification and wanting over 600 watts, we also want to make sure that it's modular or semi-modular or fully modular. So I'm going to put those on there, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at lowest price. And I'll look for a reputable brand. So EVGA is going to be a reputable brand. So is Corsair, Thermaltake, let's see, Rosewill is going to be okay. And so I'll probably go with an EVGA. And if I come back up here, I have a semi-modular power supply right here. And so it'll come with some cables that I'm going to end up having to keep, right? But that's okay with me because they're probably your motherboard and maybe your GPU, and that's probably about it. Maybe SATA, but I don't think it'll be SATA. Yeah, so this one should be okay. It's a 600 watt power supply. How much is it to do 650? Considerably more. Okay, so probably the 600 watt power supply should be okay. It's not going to kill anything, so that'll be nice. And this should be good. So I'm going to add this one to cart, and that should be just fine. So there's how you pick a power supply.